Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, our weekly episode of the show. What's going on in the world of professional wrestling? And this week it's predictions, because tomorrow afternoon, actually, it's Night of Champions. So I'm gonna go ahead, speak on that as you will, and we'll talk about Night of Champions. We're gonna talk about the 6 matches they have for predictions, and we'll see where it goes. My predictions have normally been very good this year again. So I have to try to tally up my thing, tally up my record, and give you my record. Ooh, excuse me. Give you my record. Either not here, then after the rapid reaction tomorrow afternoon. So otherwise, let's go ahead and let's get with the predicting. So our first match is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and this is a match where they've been doing this. They've been setting this up for several months now, going back even past WrestleMania, where Karrion Kross was always in the ear of Sami Zayn, telling him he couldn't do it and he couldn't do this and he couldn't do that. So now we'll have to wait and see what happens. And this one, there's a rumor apparently that the reason why Karrion Kross isn't getting pushed is because he doesn't want to bump. Now, I have not. I've still seen like the videos of it. I've not seen actually looked at the videos and see exactly what the issue is. But he's getting a match on pay-per-view, and even though Sami Zayn's in Saudi Arabia, you know what? I should overthink this. I shouldn't overthink this. I was gonna say, this is a good chance to pick Karrion Kross, but I think it's got to be Sami Zayn, right? It's got to be Sami Zayn. So I think he's right. I think if this was here in the States, I think maybe you give Karrion Kross the victory, but it's over in Saudi Arabia, so I'm gonna say Sami Zayn wins this one. So Sami Zayn beats Karrion Kross. In a street fight, Rhea Ripley takes on Raquel Rodriguez. This is a feud that dates back many years, even going back to NXT. They had a last woman standing match, which Raquel Rodriguez won actually. That kind of led to Rhea Ripley being called up to the main roster. So here we are. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have a street fight. Saudi Arabia. The women are gonna get down and dirty. Again, there's a part of me that thinks that if this was in the States, I think this would be a good time for Raquel Rodriguez, but I think with what might happen on this show, they don't want to go too heel heavy, so I'm going to say that maybe Rhea Ripley wins the street fight, but I think there may be some things, we may even see Roxanne Perez come out and help Raquel Rodriguez, and then we'll see who comes out and helps Rhea. There's some people out there in the wrestling sphere that maybe thinks that Evolution is going to have Nikki and Rhea versus what would have been Liv and Raquel, but now it might be Roxanne and Raquel. So we need to see about that. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Rhea Ripley wins the street fight. We has had now the United States Championship match. Jacob Fatu, the champion, defending against Solo Sikoa. This was supposed to be a Friday Night SmackDown, but I guess they moved it to the thing after the Intercontinental match was canceled. Which, by the way, there's some rumors out there that maybe it was moved for either AJ or Dom or both were not okay with going. They didn't feel comfortable going over to the thing, so we'll have to wait and see. But this is supposed to be a match that got canceled as well. So I think here, Jacob Fatu was over. He was over in Saudi Arabia. He was out there. He was on the kickoff show, and he was doing his thing, and he was over. And that was something to see. They got the yeah. So that's his little catchphrase now. He got and all gas, no brakes. Yeah. So I would love to see Solo Sikoa win this, um, and get back on track. You know, I think there's a possibility that maybe some the other guys may, you know, not only JC Mateo, but maybe the other, the Gorillas of Destiny might be back. Tungaloa and Tomatanga. Hikuleo made his debut the other week, so he might be, you know, he might be out there as well. So I don't know, but again, I think I might be going babyface heavy here. Specifically, might happen in the main event. So I'm gonna say that Jacob Fatu retains the United States Championship, but I would not be surprised if Solo Sikoa wins it. And actually, I might be rooting for that because Solo needs this. He needs something. You know, ever since he's lost the tribal chief, you know, them to Roman Reigns, which is what should have happened. He's been kind of down and out, and I think he needs something to get back on track. So, but I'm picking Jacob Fatu for the finals of the Queen of the Ring. Jade Cargill takes on Asuka. So what we have in here is that we have Jade Cargill will take on the WWE Women's Champion on SmackDown, and if Asuka wins, she would take on the Women's Heavyweight Champion, which is Io Sky. And there's still a way that they could get to Asuka versus Io Sky at Evolution or even SummerSlam. Um, they chose to go that route, so Asuka doesn't need it, and I think Queen Jade fits good. And also, I really do think that they're heading down the way of, you know, Jade and Naomi, and it's, you know, and what the perfect person for Naomi to cash in on would be Jade Cargill, wouldn't it? And you could do it on Tiffany Stratton, that's totally fine, but I think to go to Evolution, to go to SummerSlam and have Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, and have Jade beat Tiffany, and then have what's her face cash in, I think would be amazing. I think that's a good story to tell there. So I think Jade Cargill wins this. I think she becomes the she would be the third. She technically would be the third Queen of the Ring. Yeah, she would be the third Queen of the Ring. Because even though they didn't call it Queen of the Ring, they called it the Queen's Crown Tournament. It was the Queen of the Ring. That's what it was. So, yeah. So she'd be the third Queen of the Ring, and I think that's perfect for Jade Cargill. For the men's King of the Ring finals, you have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Now, in both cases, the winner would go on to face John Cena at SummerSlam. I may have spoiled I may have spoiled the finish of this one, but I think that's where it is. Right, and so I think that's where they're going. It's going to be that one at SummerSlam. So what does this look like for Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes? Well, I think it's got to be Cody, right? Because you got to have the WrestleMania rematch. Cody's got to get the WrestleMania rematch, and you got to beat John Cena. Now this could be some. Now this could kind of be an interesting thing. Now I don't want to see Randy Orton turn heel, but many people think that at some point Randy Orton will turn heel, and he will turn heel on Cody Rhodes, just like Kevin Owens did. But I don't think that time is now. However, I do think that if that is going to be somewhere down the line, at some point you do have to kind of, set all of the things up to where, as for the reasons why, he is turning heel. And one of the things would be that Cody Rhodes cost him, the finals of the Kingdom, especially if Cody wins it in a way that wouldn't be Cody-like. If you took advantage of something, took advantage of, something from Randy Orton, maybe a bum leg or something like that, locked in the figure four, Randy passes out or something like that. It could be that way. But I kind of think the way to go is Cody Rhodes. Although a very interesting, Randy Orton would be very interesting. He would be very interesting. And again, some of you would like to see Randy Orton get the King of the Ring. You don't know how much time he has left. You know, you never know, because that back could go just like that. We saw it with Kevin Owens, and he didn't even have previous neck injuries, but one bad move and his neck went, and he's gone. He was doing the Cody Rhodes podcast, and he's saying that he's never had any symptoms until just recently. Now he's getting all the shingles, the tingles in the arms, and the weakness in all the limbs and everything like that. So he can't wait to get the surgery. Who knows when he's going to be back, if he can come back. But we wish the best for Kevin Owens. But as for the King of the Ring men's finals, I'm picking Cody Rhodes to win. And finally, the WWE Championship match between CM Punk and John Cena. This has been very interesting rolling up to this. How they've been doing this. We had John Cena cut a pipe bomb. We've had, CM Punk confront him many times and have him talk about, being in Saudi Arabia. And he was there today for the kickoff. And it's kind of interesting, right? Just several years ago, CM Punk as he said today in the kickoff show, he sent a mean tweet to the Miz, but he did apologize for that tweet. And again, hypocrite, maybe. But I would also like to think that maybe, you can change. Like Triple H once said, if 10 years later you're the same person that you were, 10 years ago, then I don't know if that's really a good thing. So, and as you get older, we can grow and we can change our minds. And I've always thought that CM Punk is just a petty and bitter man sometimes. He can be petty and he can be bitter. And for the longest time, I thought he'd been petty and bitter against WWE. And I think that now that he's back, it's just, he's not the guy that he once was. I did think there was one time when Triple H, I forget what Triple H was talking to, but he said that he had went to Punk, and Punk was not fond of doing something, and the people around Punk knew it, and they went to Triple H. Triple H kind of went to CM Punk to talk about it, and CM Punk was like, no, it's fine. And Triple H was like, no, come on, you don't like this, let's talk it out. And they had to talk it out, and they changed some things. And I think that's, yes, European Punk is trying to be on his good side. He's trying to be, good CM Punk, but there's still a chance for him to do this. I don't think he could have done this with Vince. In fact, I don't even think Vince would even let him back in the company. If Vince was still running the company in 2023, I don't know if that happens. If CM Punk goes and then does his thing and gets fired from AEW, and then I don't know if it happens. So anyway, to this match, I think this is gonna be, this is gonna be the same old stuff. And I'm not afraid about it. Listen, I don't know if what John Cena is doing is, I don't know if what he is doing is on purpose, or if it's just, what he can do now. And I'm talking about the way he, goes about his work, his entertainment. But even if it's not, and this is the way he has to do it, for some people, he is ruining wrestling. These matches for some people are not, are not good. And I'm looking at it I'm looking at it, in my opinion, from a different standpoint. I've always looked at it from a different. I've never looked at it as like the actual wrestling and things like that. It's the story. The story is just the story can go over the wrestling, you know, and that's why I've given Jey Uso and Roman Reigns back-to-back 5-star matches in 2020. The Night of Champions match and then the Hell in a Cell match. Not because of necessarily the work inside the ring, but of the storytelling and the fact that they were talking and Roman Reigns was just a genius. With in that new era where there was no fans and like that, he could talk and you could hear him talk and he could talk to them and it's beautiful. But anyway, I don't want to get on the whole Jey Uso can't work thing because it can work. But I'm just saying, the storytelling is a part of it as well. I think that's what makes matches good. So this has a great story, even if the work is a little subpar. I think I'm still gonna enjoy it. I'm still gonna probably give it a nice rating. So all that being said, I still think John Cena wins. John Cena wins. To me, there's two places that you're gonna see John Cena. John Cena lose. John Cena will either lose at SummerSlam, or he's going to lose on the final night, in his, in WWE. And I think we've talked about this before. Let me pull up a calendar. So, here it is. Friday, the 26th, December 26th is a Friday. There's a possibility that may be a tape show, but since Christmas is that Thursday, they may tape it like on a Tuesday, or even on a Monday. They might do a double taping on a Monday. And then that would be the last SmackDown. The last Raw would be Monday, December 29th. So I think that he's either going to lose the title at SummerSlam, lose the title on December 26th, or December 29th. It's one of those dates. I think that he will lose the championship. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think John Cena beats CM Punk tomorrow night. So tomorrow afternoon, actually. Okay, so let's recap my predictions. Sami Zayn will win over Karrion Kross. Rhea Ripley beats Raquel Rodriguez in the street fight. Jake Fatu beats Solo Sikoa to retain the United States Championship. Jade Cargill becomes your king or queen of the ring. Cody Rhodes becomes your king of the ring. And John Cena defeats CM Punk to retain the WWE Championship. Those are my predictions. Yada I mean. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Post your predictions as well. Again, tomorrow afternoon, after the show, after the Night of Champions, I will be back here live to do a rapid reaction of what went down in our Night of Champions. Maybe we might be surprised, maybe we don't. We'll never know. But make sure you're here for that. So click the notification bell so that when I go live, you get the notification, you come in and join in on the fun. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.